Hi everyone, INFJ, INTJ, we can struggle to express ourselves, our thoughts and feelings for several reasons related to our function stack, why we don't talk, why we don't move or react. I give you the answer, the why in this video. And I do nothing externally, it works inside, it doesn't see, hear, smell, touch, taste, it doesn't talk or act, doesn't move the body. Intuition are the images, sensing are the words, whether they are written by using the body, the hand, or spoken by using the body, the mouth, by producing sounds. Intuition is the mind sensing the physical body. And I don't speak, say nothing, share nothing, no words, it makes connection by pattern and try to understand alone, putting words, sensing on our images, ideas. Intuition takes time. Talking is not natural for certain of us. It takes time, effort, energy. And I is the most young introverted function. FE and TE are the most young extroverted function. It may take us more time, effort, energy to go from NI to FE or TE, from our first to second function, comparing to the other type. NI constantly works, whether consciously or unconsciously, in the back of our mind, working with the subconscious and unconscious deeper layer of the mind probably take more energy than to work with the surface layer of the mind. Maybe you have noticed that certain intuitive types were constantly tired or often in a Zen subconscious state or between conscious and subconscious states. NI in high position is draining, never stop working, always update. It can create nervous fatigue and even sleeping issues. The function for the inferior have low capacity, and because ours is SE, about the external material sensory world, all the detail as they are, where we all live 2/3 of our life. The last 1/3 is when we sleep. We are not in our body, we are not in the external material world. Just existing, being, living in this world is draining, exhausting for us. It is similar for NEDOM, ENTP, ENFP, with their SI as function for the inferior. They quickly get tired. We may be quiet, calm on the outside, but inside it's boiling or burning. The intuition constantly works, make connection and retrace the intuitive link already built. NI, or dominant function, is the judge, master, or boss, leader. It has the last word. At the end, it is our intuition who decides. Even if we would like to express our thoughts and feelings, we struggle because NI is a powerful filter that select only the information, thought, feeling that are essential, existential, and reject all information, energies, thought, feeling which are not existential, not important. When we are ourselves, not in our shadow, we find it useless. We don't see the point to express our thought and feeling if it will lead to nothing, not solve the situation, or bring nothing good. We may find it's a waste of time and energy to express ourselves if it will not change or improve the situation. Internally, NI could say to FI and TI, okay, you think and feel like this, but if you express your thought or feeling, it will change nothing to the situation, or people will potentially hurt you or laugh at you. I detected this information was not essential, important. Sharing it will change nothing, it will not improve the situation. And as a result, NI sort of like put aside the information or suppress it, put it in the category information not important, and so not stored in NI. Even if we skip or ignore NI, it is secondary for INFJ to express their own feeling, their FI through FE, and secondary for INTJ to express their own thought, TI through TE, if it is not important, essential, if it will change, improve nothing and no one, and with SE inferior as position for using words, using our senses, our mouth, is the last thing we want to do, not our preference. Also, because NI, we may think that no one cares of what we think and feel, because others who are not as deep and intuitive as us don't care as deeply as us. Why spend time and energy if we know by advance the others don't care as deeply as us? We don't want a surface answer or caring, but we expect the same level of depth, which is difficult or rare to find. Because when INFJ, INTJ we share about ourselves, we have the impression we will expose our soul, and we need this peace, environment, person who will not judge us. We need intuitive, friendly environment and people. Because like all intuitive type, especially the IN type, INFJ, INTJ, INFP, INTP, we are misunderstood most of the time, and we give up trying to explain ourselves that we really function differently. Surely because we have high introverted intuition and low extroverted sensing. We know by experience that everything we share or say can potentially be reused later against us, so it is better we say nothing. We don't want to be mentally or psychically hurt again, retreat and take time to heal or recharge again. When INFJ shares their thoughts, people find them stupid, and when INTJ shares their feelings, people find them ridiculous or laugh at them. Also, most of people don't believe us INFJ and INTJ were not taken seriously, whereas they should believe us and take us very seriously. Because when we speak, it is often for something really important or existential. If INFJ and INTJ have traumas, low self-esteem and imposter syndrome, it can accentuate this non-expression, non-communication. INFJ struggle to express what they think because TI third, sometimes blurry, uncertain of what they think, and TE7, it requires lot of effort, energy to use it. It is almost impossible to use it directly. INTJ struggle to express what they feel because FI third, sometimes blurry, uncertain of what they feel, and FE7, it requires lot of effort, energy to use it. It is almost impossible to use it directly. INFJ struggle to express what they feel FI through FE because they may prioritize what others feel, and INTJ struggle to express what they think TI through TE because they may prioritize what others think. To summarize, having intuition as first position is draining, having sensing as position 4 is exhausting. The lack of one extroverted judging, deciding function prevent us to express us, communicate in a certain way, and I being the master deciding and filtering everything to keep only the essential, and the NI-DOM SE inferior axis. This makes talking not our preference, even not natural or uncomfortable for certain of us. INFJ, INTJ may not be the best to express their thoughts and feelings, but they may be the best to understand them. To understand, we don't need to talk, we just observe and think by ourselves, or rather, we connect the information by ourselves. The answer to most questions about INFJ and INTJ is simply because NI, introverted intuition. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video, or rather after the bonus. Intuition are the images by using the body, the mouth, by producing sound. It can create nervous fatigue and we may be quiet, calm instead to say calm. Sometimes, when we are intuitive, we invent new words. We struggle because NI is a powerful fighter. I wanted to say fighter instead to say filter. Fighter or fighter. if we really do nothing, if it will lead to nothing, when we are both self, apparently now, I speak another language. When we are ourselves, not in our shadow, we find it useless, we don't see the point to express our thought and feeling. Don't see the point to express our thought and feeling when there is noise around. If it will not change or improve the situation, but we expect the same level of depth, which is difficulty or hard to find. It requires lot of effort, energy to use it. It is almost impossible to use it directly, and I have to redo this part because the noise. Otherwise, it was perfect.